What's going on? It's your boy Kartoon here with Kartoon Review. We review anything that a consumer could buy. Today we're going to be talking about why is so many people not switching from Android to Apple. Stay tuned. There's many reasons why there's a lot of people not switching from having an Android switching to Apple. I'm going to give you 5 of my opinion why people don't switch from Android to Apple. Number 1, I think my opinion is they don't innovate so much when it comes to the devices. When it comes to Android you can have so many things like bezel-less screen, way better camera, processors, doing a lot of good things, a lot of RAM, battery, all of them comes down to like people wanting to switch, or is it worth it upgrading to the latest Apple device compared to what Android they might have. Like, I'm gonna give you a comparison. If you have a Note 10, a regular Note 10, and you wanna, and the new iPhone 11 came out, a lot of people not gonna switch up because they don't see the value in it, in between them. Number 2 is gonna be customization. You already know with Apple you really can't do nothing unless you jailbreak it, and that's another story. When it comes to Android you open to do anything. You could switch the wallpaper, customize the widgets, which is very, very useful if you have a phone that you just use it a lot and you want to jump into apps. Apple devices, you can't do it. Hopefully down the line they get more into opening like their software so other developer could take over, like take advantage of everything that they have available, and I think that would be definitely a big deal when it comes to phones and people experience with devices. Third one, pricing is one of the biggest things, especially when it comes to Android. Yes, there's a lot of Android phones, so then that means you have a lot of options. Apple, you really have 2 or 3 phones that you could wiggle room between 500 and 700 if you want to go in the pre-owned or used market, which is eBay. Sometimes they sell on Amazon and other sites. But with Android, you have a whole lineup. You go as low as a good device, a decent device that you could use every day. You could go down as $250. I'm gonna leave a link of a phone that I think a lot of people should know about, which is the Redmi X, which is between $250 $300 depending what variant you get. Definitely dope. You're not gonna find you're gonna get an iPhone 6, and most of the updates is gonna run out on those. I'm not sure if they have or they haven't, but pricing is a big deal. Number 4 is gonna be Google. Everything runs Google, everything. When you have a Gmail, not an Apple Mail. Get it? Number 1 search engine is gonna be Google. Photo, they store it free. If you have a Pixel, big deal. Everything is Google. Apple still hasn't got to that point that people start using the Apple email as their main email. Most of the time you hear is Gmail. That's a big deal. Let's go opposite. Gmail, if you don't have a Gmail, what do you have? Google has everything. Google has the Google Docs, the Google Spreadsheet, the Google Maps, Google, what else? Calendar, which it makes it a lot of easier way to integrate any device. It don't matter if you have an Android or Apple. Google is a big deal, and with Android, it's just much easier to get your hands on Google compared to Apple. Let me know in the comment below what you think about this particular segment of it. If you use a lot of Google or you don't use a lot of Google, let me know. Privacy. Now, yeah, when it comes to both, I have to admit Apple is more secure than Android, but we're finding now that it's not that secure as we thought it once was. But I read and my research and everything I've seen is becoming easier to hack into Apple than it was before, which was the main selling point before. Now it's not so much, and y'all could tell that they don't talk about it so much. Why? Because they could open, it's more accessible. Yeah, you already know with Android some apps have malware, but it's coming to the point that some of the apps on Apple have some malware in there. It's not so often, but it's still there. Most importantly, I know this, I said 5, but I'm gonna give you a little bit more just because I think it's way more than I previously thought. Cameras. Yes, Apple takes nice and sometimes good cameras, but they're not the first. There's a lot of other companies, like I have the Note 10 Plus, what I'm recording in, aka Nipsey Blue. I'm recording everything on this phone, 4K, and they've been doing it way back. Apple comes down and they make a big deal of their camera, but there's other companies already done it. They haven't done something that will wow you. Like the night mode, Huawei already crushed it. That's no, Pixel is coming out. We gotta see how the camera's gonna come. Remember, Pixel had one single camera and it was crushing the competition. Imagine with the dual camera now. So camera on the iPhone, yeah, it's great, but there's more phones that runs Android, and for the price point, that is way better. Ecosystem, we already know Apple always have that bundle in, and they good at it. I'm not gonna lie with it. When it comes down to connecting your phone, your tablet, and your laptop all together, hands down. But Android is creeping up and doing a lot of things, especially with Google and Android combined together. They're gonna do the same thing. The only problem is that Android and Google doesn't have a stranglehold really good when it comes to laptop and tablets. So my conclusion, I don't see nobody in their right mind when they have an excellent Note 10 Plus or Samsung S10 Plus going to iPhone 11 Pro Max or iPhone 11 or iPhone 11 Pro. I don't see that happening. The only reason why people switch from Android to Apple, status. When you have an Apple phone, people will look at you differently. Just like the same way when you're texting somebody and you see the green bar with the blue bar, oh, you already know you have an Apple or you have an Android. That's the only reason. That I don't see no way right now. I'm talking about today. I don't have, like, I went from an iPhone 7 Plus to the Note 10 Plus. Big difference. The freedom that I could do, customize, I could do everything crazy on it. I have my phone for a month and a half already, and I'm still learning so much from it. Apple devices, you get it in one day. There's no wiggle room, there's no figuring it out. Maybe the little swipe up, swipe down might get you a little twisted, confused. But besides that, internally, meaning like the apps and the way you could put your phone on the liking and moving things from here to there, Apple now is doing it. Android already been doing it from the G1. Let's go old school. From the G1, you could do all that good stuff. So this video was mainly just because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about, oh, I'm going from the Note 10 Plus. I'm like, I don't get it. It's just status. That's it. Somebody see you with an iPhone. Oh, no. I got a Note 10. My phone could do all this great stuff. Oh, your phone is dying? Here, charge it with my phone. There you go. And people be like, oh shit. Oh, your earbuds is dying? You don't have no. Here, charge on top of my phone. That's the big deal. Like, and Apple could do so much, but I'm gonna do that in another video. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It's your boy Kartoon. Peace.